Going Four-Wheel Drive is proudly brought to you by Tyres and More. More than just tyres. G'day and welcome to Going Four-Wheel Drive. 2009 has come and gone, left its mark with Black Saturday bushfires burning out a lot of the areas and closing off parks all over the place. And 2010, well, that's here with a nice, crisp, cooler time of year, and we're looking forward for some fantastic four-wheel driving, and I bet you guys are too. Now, what have we got coming up in the series? Four-wheel drive trips, of course. And I've got a couple of videos from viewers as well, along with rig reviews, product reviews, and a few interviews as well. A lot of views, including scenic. That should be great fun in 2010. Today's trip, we're going to go back to Deep Creek number 1. Now, you might remember a few episodes ago in the last series, I broke a CV going up the rock ledge and it had to be towed, which messed up the trip for everybody. Bit embarrassing too. So, CV's all repaired. We're going back onto the Deep Creek number 1, and we pick up today's action at the ledge itself. And I'm determined to conquer it without breaking a CV. So it should be good fun. Then we're going to head up towards the McAllister River and let the kids have a bit of a swim. The temperature today is to be 44 degrees. Nice hot day. We're hoping no damage will be done to vehicles with overheating, etc. But we just don't know. As I said, it's going to be stinking hot. And from McAllister River, we're going to head down to Burgoyne Gap. Have a bit of a rest there, and then continue on to the Chromite mine up near Licola. In the meantime though, let's jump in the seats, and let's go four-wheel driving and try and conquer that Deep Creek number 1 ledge.
Going four-wheel drive.
This is Captain Mudd's 4th attempt trying to get up the ledge, and he does so. Quite easy in the end. Now I'm a bit apprehensive. I don't want to break a CV, the adrenaline is pumping. I don't want to be towed and wreck the trip. Now that's how I broke the CV last time. Being a lightweight vehicle, the Vitara is going to either get up there very easily, or it's going to struggle. Oh, gee, he's almost made it up. Oh, well, second go, and he does make it up quite easily. There's a trick to getting over this rock ledge, and that is turn your wheels slightly to the left, and then with a little bit of power you should be able to get up and over this ledge without much trouble. A bit of good old-fashioned bouncy, and Tony's up and over the ledge as well. Keezy's having a bit of a hard time getting up and over, but he manages to do it finally. I think about 6 goes he got up and over. He just hasn't got any articulation in his front end at all.
Gotta say, Rob, I'm pretty impressed with your little Zook there, mate. She did it easy. Yeah, not on this side of the cabin, mate. You'll see a bit of panic going on in the end again.
With all the vehicles up and over the ledge, it's now time to head for our goal, the Chromite mine out of Licola. For today's trip, we're using the map from Rooftop, and it's a Walhalla Woods Point adventure map. Still in Deep Creek 5, and we're coming down the steep section here. First low. I've got this Suzuki Vitara behind me.
You got the aircon going?
Blimey, the creek's only just a trickle. I was hoping for more water than this. Dead Creek 5 has a number of steep climbs, like this one here, that's long and steep, causing my temperature gauge to go up. Wow!
It's like a snake.
It sure is. What a climb! Young Braden seemed to enjoy that climb up the hill. Wow! We just found out it's 44.1 degrees. So, yeah, it's very hot. We've already had one little incident where an air conditioning hose on one of the other vehicles has popped. So now we have 3 vehicles without air conditioning. Look, it gets even steeper.
Hope it's not. Oh! There's another one.
Making our way onto Burgoyne Gap track, heading for McAllister River, when Captain Mudd decided to drive over a tree rather than move it. Unfortunately, he ended up staking a tyre. Mongrel! There's nothing worse than changing a flat tyre on your truck when it's 44 degrees. After being on the tracks for a few hours and being such a hot day, coming across McAllister River was a welcome sight to the kids. It didn't take them long to get ready and get into the water and cool off. Crossing the river, we're confronted by a steep exit. It's a soft sandy soil and has a couple of hard ledges in it. Because of the aggressive nature of Captain Mudd's tyres, they just dig holes in this sandy soil. For serious off-road drivers, the Wrangler MTR offers outstanding performance in extreme conditions. Featuring an aggressive design for additional traction and grip, you'll be riding one of the toughest off-road four-wheel drive tyres that money can buy. Goodyear Wrangler MTR, a revolution ahead.
Your Yokohamas won't be long. Grab a seat and a coffee.
At Tyres and More, tyres aren't enough. We have to do more.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Double Black Off-Road has a great range of poly-performance products along with the innovative Double Black Off-Road unbreakable flares. Give Double Black Off-Road a call today on 03 9502 7790 or log on to the website. Avenger 4x4 has canopies, nudge bars, side steps and a host of stainless steel products, including the Mako line of winches. Phone Avenger 4x4 accessories 03 9776 1066. Captain Mudd means business now. He's got his lights flashing, he's giving it a bit of curry, and he should be able to get through the hole quite okay. Yeah, no drama. Now I'm going to take a slightly different line to Captain Mudd. I'll swing over, and there's a hole over on the right hand side. I'm going to try and straddle it. Oh, look at that, no wheel spin. Fantastic. Rob takes the straight line up the guts and also gets into the hole. Oh, a bit of wheel spin and he does make it. Now Brendan usually just flies straight up, but he has a habit of blowing his horn. Don't know why. Yeah, there he goes. A little bit of wheel spin, no, not bad at all. Now Tony loves to bounce the vehicle around, as we saw on Deep Creek number 1. What's he going to do here? There's not much he can do. Whoa, look at that, great. Oh, nearly got stuck, Tone. Spinning lots of wheels there. And last up the bank, here's Keezy in the old Lux. The slow Lux we call it. Now he's got very aggressive tyres on this vehicle, so it's going to be interesting to see whether he digs holes or able to get... Oh no, he's had it. Second attempt, and he does the same thing. No, yes. Whee, up he goes. Third time lucky. Come on, Keezy, get it up there, mate. Bit slower this time. Different line. Oh, he could go a bit further. I did say could. There he goes, digging holes. Give him a snatch only. Looking back across the valley, we can see the Burgoyne Gap track coming down to the McAllister River. How are you going there, Rob? You coping okay in the 44-degree heat without aircon? Burgoyne Gap track is now presenting us with some largish sort of ledges on the left side, so I'll thread my way through the right here and weave around the large rocks, missing those. I'm only going to go slowly, around about 1500, 1800 RPM. Just let the tyres do the work, let them grip on the rock. I don't want to spin, I certainly don't want to break any CVs. I'm running my tyres at 18 psi, and over some of these ledges, if you look carefully at the left hand front wheel, you can see the tyre flexing as it goes over the ledge. Tony, on the other hand, he's coming through at 100 miles an hour. Well, maybe not quite that fast, but he loves to bounce around. He thinks he's a bronco rider. Ah, very nice. It looks as though Rob's been watching Tony. He's trying to get a bronco going as well. Now this should be some fun and games, although, hang on, he's going a bit slow here. Brendan normally puts on a really good show. He's taking it very sedately today. Maybe the good lady wife, Linda, she's got something to do with it perhaps. Oh, no wheels off the ground. Very, very quietly. Only 2 vehicles on the Convoy have live front ends. Captain Mudd with the 80 series and Keezy here in the Hilux. But unfortunately for Keezy, his front springs have been reset or been over reset, and the shackles are sitting vertically so the springs can't move at all. Further up the track we've got some more ledges, which I'll just miss those a little bit, go over the edge of them. But Captain Mudd, he's gone up over the top of the hill. And he says there's a ripper part of the track coming up which leads down to the gap itself. So they're on the last leg of Burgoyne Gap track. What a fantastic track this is. You've got to give it a go. Oh, well, we've got some ledges over here on the left. We'll stay right over here on the right and miss those. Just let the tyres do the work and climb up over these rocks. It's all downhill now to the gap. I've got to steer clear of all these ledges a bit. They are rather large and there's a lot of loose shale up this end here as well. Further down, there's more loose shale and a lot of loose rock as well. And a lot of that rock is also very sharp, so I don't want to go slicing the tyre walls. If you can, Tony, just back it off a little bit, mate. It is very rocky down here and bouncy.
No worries, I'll wait up here.
Remember what I was saying about the sharp rock and the walls of the tyres? Well, poor old Rob here, he's blown an aircon hose and he's just sliced the inner wall of his left-hand front, and they can see the puffs of dust coming up from his tyre every time it rotates. That's not a good sign at all. He's got to come down now. There's no level area there to jack the car up, so he has no choice but to come down very, very carefully, and unfortunately he's picking up rocks with his wishbones. Ever so gently so he doesn't wreck the rim. Now he's got to stay on a fairly straight line, otherwise he could find himself sliding in the loose rock.
The Yokohamas won't be long. Grab a seat and a coffee.
At Tyres and More, tyres aren't enough. We have to do more.
Oh, thanks, mate.
For serious off-road drivers, the Wrangler MTR offers outstanding performance in extreme conditions. Featuring an aggressive design for additional traction and grip, you'll be riding one of the toughest off-road four-wheel drive tyres that money can buy. Goodyear Wrangler MTR, a revolution ahead. Double Black Off-Road has a great range of poly-performance products along with the innovative Double Black Off-Road unbreakable flares. Give Double Black Off-Road a call today on 03 9502 7790 or log on to the website. Avenger 4x4 has canopies, nudge bars, side steps and a host of stainless steel products, including the Mako line of winches. Phone Avenger 4x4 accessories 03 9776 1066. Rob's made it down to the bottom of the gap, and now he's able to change his spare wheel over. Meanwhile, Captain Mud has blown the top tank of his radiator. No! How are we going to get the car back home now? Oh. We've now lost 3 vehicles out of the convoy. Captain Mud with the radiator, Rob with the Vitara, and now Tony with the Surf. He's got a prior engagement. So now Craig has rung up his wife, and she's bringing the GQ up, along with one of my mates, Alan Mack. He's got Pajero, and he's going to come along for the rest of the trip to the Chromite mine with us. Oh, there's a nice big rock here. It's a diff breaker. I wonder who's going to come along there and hit that. I haven't told the rest of the convoy about this rock, so it's going to be interesting to see if anyone drives up and hits it or not. Oh, it's going to make a hell of a mess if it breaks a diff though. Alan's coming up first ahead of everybody else, and he's going straight for the rock. Oh no! Oh yes! Oh, 100 points for the rock. There was even a bit of rock that had been thrown out from his tyre as well. Craig goes over it. I think everybody else will just dodge it. Apart from a couple of steepish sections of track, the trip from Burgoyne Gap to the Chromite mine is a very easy one. You can do it in high range. When you're coming down a track with loose rock in the ruts, you want to try and stay on the high side as much as possible. By coming down the loose rock, you could tend to lock up your wheels and slide a bit. Okay, I've got this steep section, let's have a go at it. We're coming down to the site where the Chromite mine is. It might be a bit overgrown now, but we should be able to find it.
I'm just going to stop here, guys. Jump in front of me. I just want to check my map again. It's somewhere around here, I think.
This is all that remains of the Chromite mine now. The old open cut is now just an overgrown trench. Still worthwhile coming up here to have a look at it. Meanwhile, the boys have decided to see how high they can get their vehicles and what angle. Yeah, pretty good articulation on that. But the old Mav Kenworth, whatever it is, it's gone a bit higher. Poking our noses over Thiel Creek, we head around a left-hand bend and there's a beautiful steep track. It's rough, got lots of rock in it, and it's a steep one. It's great. We made it up to the top, we did a U-turn, and having to come back down again and crossing back over the creek to head home. And the reason for that is, the track goes in the opposite direction to where we want to go. We've already come down this part of Chromite track, now we're going back up it, and it's always a different case, it's like a totally different track. Bit steep this one, got loose rock in it, and it makes it interesting going up there, just watching the vehicles, how they actually attack it. Back on Mount Margaret Road, we're coming up to a bit of a steep section. And we're heading back now to the Chromite mine. We've come to the end of today's trip. It's been fantastic. Getting through all those tracks, even the rocky ledges that we went over, oh, they were great. The Mazda just crawled up and over with the Goodyear Wranglers on. They were fantastic. A lot of other people, they had wheels off the ground and all sorts of things. Looks spectacular, but it's not good for the drivetrain, especially your CVs. And after breaking so many CVs, I want to look after mine, so back off the power and let the tyres do the job. And those Wranglers, they certainly grip well on the rock. They're fantastic. As I said earlier on, the Chromite mine, it's an old open cut, very, very overgrown nowadays, but hey, that's par for the course, I guess. That's nature taking over. We've had a fantastic time. Okay, 2 vehicle stake tyres. Captain Mudd did one of his mongrels. That's all right, we've got no problems with that because he's getting his new Goodyear Wranglers very shortly. And poor old Rob in the Vitara, staked a tyre coming down the last section of Burgoyne's Gap track, and that very rocky section, and you might have noticed his wishbones were picking up a lot of rock as well, including my vehicle. That was doing the same thing too. Some sharp rock coming down that section, so yeah, nice good one. I'd like to try that going up. It'll be an experience, I reckon. Also, Rob blew a air conditioning hose too on a steep climb on Deep Creek number 5. My temp gauge went up, but Rob actually blew an aircon hose. Bit of bad luck there. And we had a lot of smoke drifting over from the Strzelecki fires. Gee, that was incredible. But never mind, that disappeared. gave us all a bit of a fright down the river, but again, it disappeared and we were able to get up to the Chromite mine. Now, coming up on next week's show, we've got some videos for you from viewers, and also we head out to Ragged Edge for a viewers comp prize. We ran a competition during Chicks Behind the Wheel Girl Power, and a couple of viewers there, they've won their prizes, and they're going to take a drive out at Ragged Edge, their new location out at Werribee. $100,000 machines, these ones, and yeah, they're looking forward to it too. So until we see you next week, you have a great week, and catch you on the tracks.
Work is done, time to play. Pack the kids, we're going way up a mountain. Road we climb to the snow, to the desert, sometimes in the rain or the sun.